Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a new product to test out again. So I just did a recent video on one of the new Bowden's products that got released, and this was one of the others. So this one I have used, as you can see, and was really a big fan of it. So it's kind of advertised as like a boat four-wheel drive wash to salt removal and rust prevention, which does it says on the label there. But after talking to one of the guys at Bowden's, this is also great for water spot removing, like mineral deposits and stuff. So I don't know if this is like an older label, like they did send me this bottle, hence why the stick is a little bit off lopsided. But maybe they changed the labeling, because I don't see anywhere it says here for mineral deposits. Maybe they didn't add that, but that's what I have found after talking to them, that it does really well. So I don't have a four-wheel drive, I don't have a boat, so this isn't, I would have thought, the product for me. But I have tested it out, and if you remember a video I did a little while ago on the Audi RS3, it had some water spotting. It wasn't major water spotting, but it definitely had some. And I, just using this, removed all that. So a general wash wasn't doing it. Using CarPro Lift didn't lift the water spotting, because it's not really for that, but this did. And so we're going to be testing it out today. We've got the van, which is completely filthy. I have neglected this thing like crazy. It is so dirty. It's basically like embarrassing to drive around such a dirty car. Probably won't really show on camera, like even plastics got like bird dropping on them, and yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can see. I just know sometimes on camera the black doesn't really show how dirty it really is. But underneath all that dirt, and why I've sort of left it, is because it's got some water spots on it. So every week when I drive this to a site that I have to go to, I have to drive through some sprinklers and a nursery, and it covers the entire side on the way in and then on the way out. So it gets both sides, and it is hard water and it leaves water spots like crazy. So underneath all that dirt, we've got some water spotting. This will remove it, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we're going to be testing it out. Now, it doesn't say in the directions, but you can use it in a foam cannon. It's not going to be the thickest foam because it's not designed to be a foaming, but for like a pre-wash and then a contact wash using just this Bowden's own Dirty Times wash, you'll be shocked at how well this stuff does. So yeah, I've got 900 mils of water in my MJJC foam cannon. We've got the bucket with some water in it. So we're going to be adding 100 mils, just so we get that normal ratio. Get up to that 1 litre mark. Are we? A little bit more. Tiny bit over. So 100 mils to that. And then we want a cap full for our bucket. So that's what we're going to be doing. So firstly, we'll be foaming the van down, rinsing it off, then attacking it with the wash mitt in the bucket. So I'll go ahead and put the wash mitt in there and add a little bit more water to get some suds going. But yeah, I think I'm going to be surprised, because I used the stuff on the Audi RS2 when it was pretty clean. It wasn't filthy, mainly to test out the water spot removal, which it did. So now I want to see if it'll also clean this, and underneath all that dirt, there is some serious water spotting going on. Remove those as well without actually using a dedicated water spot remover, just in the washing process. Should be pretty good if we can get that to happen. So let's find out. Either way, it has been a great wash I've found. So let's just go ahead, get this foam cannon set up, foam the car down. We'll see how it does in the foam cannon, even though it is, again, not advertised. It does say nowhere on the bottle to use it in a foam cannon, but we're just going to try it anyway, because I found that it worked quite well as a pre-rinse. So yeah, that said, let's get it connected up and get this thing covered in foam. Okay, got our 2 buckets set up, wash and the rinse. Foam cannon there. So let's go ahead, connect that up, and cover this thing in some foam. So you can see, while not a dedicated foam, the Bowden's actual foams that are made to do that will foam a lot thicker and cling around a lot longer. But with a quality foam cannon like this, it will still foam up quite nicely. And it's actually got a really nice smell to it, this wash as well. So let's get this rest of this van covered. Okay, so I've completely emptied the foam cannon out, covered the entire van. So this is one of the last sections I did. You can see it does actually cling quite nicely. So it is slowly running down. So getting a decent amount of dwell time. So I think we'll actually, yeah, I think it's worth using the foam cannon. Just because I think it does such a good job cleaning in this like pre-foaming stage. They do have their mega snow job, I believe it's called, which is a similar thing. It'll be thicker. But if you just have this and you want to clean and you have your foam cannon, yeah, I think it's worth trying. Obviously the mega snow job is designed purely for heavier cleaning. That's what they do recommend before using this, but for what it is, doing quite well. So around the back, starting to work its way off up the top, and yeah, work its way down, hopefully dragging some of that dirt with it. So we'll see if it sort of softened and loosened everything when we go to rinse. So a couple of minutes later, sun has peeked back out, as you can see, so I want to go ahead and get this rinsed, but still clinging around pretty well, especially on the, you know, non-completely vertical panels. So the bonnet still sitting there quite nicely. So just quickly, always make sure that the quick connects are actually in properly. So let's go ahead and give it a rinse. So while rinsing, I noticed we had a bit of bug guts sitting there on the bonnet that had clearly caked in for a while. That rinsed straight off nicely, which is good to see. Let's come around to the side. I do have my hose wrapped around my buckets, so let me fix that up. So I know here we had this bird dropping. I know that's going to rinse straight off easily, but let's see. I took that off nicely. Let's just give it a rinse along the side here as well. All right, we are rinsed down. Too hard to see how dirty it still is, but I know it's still there. So, got our wash mitt, and obviously the sun has come back into full effect. So we'll just sort of do one section at a time. So yeah, we'll do this little miniature bonnet that the van has first. It's also not like overly slick, but it's a nice and slick wash to use, and super sudsy, as you can see. A lot of suds, which I like. It's not the most important thing, but for user experience, I've got some washes that I really like using. They're just not the most sort of high suds wash to use, and while they work probably the same, I just find the user experience is something that I can sort of do that, and it's just always got creating plenty of suds. I don't know, I just find it a little bit nicer. So yeah, there we go, done the bonnet. We'll just quickly go over this front windscreen as well, because this thing's actually been getting filthy. The amount of kilometers I'm doing in this van at the moment. I bought it like only a few months ago. It's already got 8,000 on the clock, which is crazy, in like 3.5, 4 months or so. So it's really getting put to its proper use, this thing, and getting quite neglected in the washing. So dunk that into our rinse. Back into the wash bucket. Let's just rinse off what we have done. So what I might do is just dry this panel. See how it's done. Okay, so I don't see any of the water spotting left. Look in this center section here. It's really hard to see black paint sitting in the sun. But yeah, it is just clean. There's no, the sort of metallic flake that the paint has come back. It looks like a mirror. There's no obvious water spotting. Let's just get this window as well. This window needs an actual proper glass cleaner. But it has cleaned it really thoroughly. At the angle of the bonnet there. Whereas if you look here, since this is kind of dried, I won't go rubbing the microfiber drying towel into it, but I mean, can you see the rinse and wash didn't clean that panel compared to this? So if we again grab our wash mitt, like I said, the sides of this van is where it really cops it, because I do drive through that sprinkler system every week. Really quite filthy. So we're going to try and get this. So yeah, sure you can see that there. So we're going to clean to this point here. Flip that mitt over. So we've gotten there. Let's just keep it even here down. Basically this line. So let's rinse that. I know there's a lot of rinsing in this video, but I guess just trying to showcase the product. Not normally how I would wash a car, obviously. Giving a quick rinse and then drying that section straight away. I just want to try to showcase. Because this is sort of with how dirty and neglected this is, there's this sort of time where you have to do one of those double washes. You'd finish washing the car and then you would rinse it and you would literally go back over it again. But this is actually doing a great job. So that is now clean and dry, that section. Let's check the glass here. Got to about here. It's done very well. Cleaning the glass, don't mind the rubbish off in the interior of the van. Also have to clean the interior. And so yeah, we cleaned to this sort of, try not to drop. That's why I don't like these oversized drying towels sometimes. Great if you've got two hands free, but when you've just got one, quite easy to drop it and rub it on the ground. So like, yeah, that's where we have not cleaned. That's where we have. So yeah, pretty impressive stuff. I'm gonna go ahead, finish the rest of the van off camera and do a walk around and show you guys the results. All right guys, I have just finished up washing and drying the van. I've just gone over it. I can't see any water spotting, and for how dirty it was with just one contact wash and one foam, it's done a lot better than I expected. Like with how filthy this thing was, and I'm talking probably 2 months between washing. Driving through dirt roads, a lot of rain in that time, because I didn't wash it for so long. I just thought that was going to be more of a chore to get it back to a standard again. And it, within one wash, just completely, it's like a mirror again. The water spotting, which I definitely noticed in these sections where I guess there would be a window, it's gone. There may be some tiny little bits there, but again, this isn't a water spot remover. This is just washing. And I had washed this previously when I had those types of water spots and didn't remove them. Otherwise, van's clean, looks great. Stayed sudsy the entire time. You can see the rinse bucket full of suds now. And the wash bucket there. So yeah, very impressed with this stuff. So I didn't really cover the price, but it is $25 for the 500ml. I don't believe they have it in a larger size yet, but knowing Bowden's own, they will eventually release all their products in 5 litre, usually at least, sometimes 20 litre as well. And now this is, yes, this is aimed at 4-wheel drives and boats. So people who are going out and getting there, driving in salt water, in the mud. Mine is not that, but for how well it cleans, it's not like it's super expensive. So it's not like it's a mud removing wash that costs way more, so it's not worth using regularly. The fact that it is only $25 for 500 mils, it's pretty economical. One capful in a bucket. You don't have to use it in the foam cannon. So I could probably just go back to using a regular foam and then use this in the bucket. So one capful per wash. I think the capful is 30 mils. So you're going to get quite a few washes out of it. And when looking on their website, I don't think it says it on here, but it does say it is safe for ceramic coatings with repeated use. So it's not like going to damage your coating. Maybe a wax and a sealant, I don't know. But it says PPF and paint protect and ceramic coating safe, will not degrade over time. So you could repeatedly use this, make it an easier wash process, nice and sudsy, smells great, and isn't $25 for 500 mils. In my mind, that's about what you expect to pay for any car wash soap. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it. I'm going to definitely start purchasing this and keep some at all times. Yeah, I think you guys will be impressed with it as well. So if you've used it, let me know what you think. And if you do go ahead and use it after this video, let me know. Come back in the comments, let me know. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I need to pack everything away now. That's the worst part of washing a car, is putting everything back away, pressure washer and all that stuff. Maybe one day I'll finally get a wall mounted pressure washer and a hose and everything in here, and I'll just be able to do it all without pulling anything out. But yeah, that's going to be me for the rest of the afternoon. Pack away, have a beer, enjoy having a clean van for once, and edit this video, I guess. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. But with all that said, until next time, I'll catch you guys later.